get a look at this weather. Not a whole lot of difference from race number 1. It is clear rather than partly cloudy, but the air temp, humidity, and wind is almost identical. If you talk to any of the normal Ohio guys, they're going to tell you this track will be blowing dust here shortly. So, heat race number 1, getting ready for 10 laps of racing action. Top 4 are going to move on to tonight's A main. Cody Downard and Anthony Lepresto on the front row with Dylan Workman and Blake Cannon, row number 2. Matthew McKinney and Jeffrey Stewart, row number 3. Nicholas Cheever and Jamie Wallace, row number 4. And Justin Thomas and Colton Hardy, row 5. Let's keep an eye on that 9 car from the rear of the field. Justin had a lot of problems in race number 1. All kinds of contact in the heat and the alphabet soup. So let's see if he has a little better luck now. Here we go, green flag. Downard with a good jump. He's got the race lead. Dylan Workman working the bottom there, trying to hold Blake Cannon to the top of the racetrack. Lepresto right in front of them. That's your top 4. 5th place right now is McKinney. He's working the high side contact there between Lepresto and Workman. That's going to slow them down, cost them multiple positions. Definitely for Workman, that's a huge issue there. Get back up here for the race for the transfer battle. Right now, Anthony Lepresto has it. Jeffrey Stewart and Nicholas Cheever fighting for the rights to it, and problems for Stewart there off of 4. Upside down the front stretch is Nicholas Cheever. No caution as of yet. He gets the car off the track, and we are going to stay green, and we got a race for the lead. It is Blake Cannon with the slide job there on the 3 of Downard, but Downard going to fight back on the bottom, see if he can do anything with it. Not going to happen right now. McKinney has worked his way into the top 4 and is working on Downard for 2nd. Lepresto still the man in 4th, holding on to the final transfer. I do believe Dylan Workman has made his way back to 5th. That car is fast. Let's see if he can make any waves here on Lepresto. Colton Hardy's going to come up and challenge him. That's going to hurt his speed on making anything up on the 4th place car. But it is good to make sure you're 5th or 6th, because that'll put you automatically into the B main, which we know should transfer 8 to the A. So that helps. 2 laps left in this race. Blake Cannon out front. He's got race 1 winner, Matthew McKinney, breathing down his neck. We'll see what can happen here. McKinney started 5th. 2 corners left. White flag in the air. Checkered flag now coming. Blake Cannon, your race winner. Matthew McKinney 2nd. Cody Downard 3rd. And 4th place will go to Anthony Lepresto. Lepresto seemingly had a little issue there, and Colton Hardy was able to insert himself into that battle. Dylan Workman had trouble as well. He ended up 8th in this race. But Lepresto will be the final driver, transferring to the A main from heat race number 1. 4 heat races coming here tonight. So we are lining up heat race number 2. 10 laps. Top 4 advance. Starting lineup looks like this. On the pole in the 022, it is Tropical Storm Mason Hannigan. And to the outside in the 93, it's Chris Roberts. Michael Sheridan in the 15 to the inside of row number 2 with Brett Strickler on the outside. Aaron Schaefer in the 77 inside row number 3 with Jim Chisholm to the outside. Dakota Kuhn and Jordan Hack there make up row number 4, and Kevin Hanley will round out your field. Got some Hack fans here in the Twitch chat. We're going to be watching this intently. We are going to go green here. Coming out of turn 4, Mason Hannigan in the lead. Chris Roberts to the outside. We'll see who gets the better start. Right now, looking like Mason. Big jump there. He's going to get to the high side. Michael Sheridan in the orange car to the inside of Roberts. Problems for Dakota Kuhn there in the middle of the racetrack. He is dropped back to 9th. Roberts now working the inside. Sheridan there. Problems for Mason on the top of the track. Sheridan was able to get around him, but Mason's going to fight back here. We're watching Roberts working to the inside of Tropical Storm Mason Hannigan. Sheridan with the race lead. Comfortable advantage at the moment, but that can change at any time. Brett Strickler in 5th is the guy working the high side, trying to find his way into a transfer spot. Problems for Mason. Makes contact with the 2 DOB drivers, and they are stuck together. Aaron Schaefer is the guy who got the worst of that, because as Hannigan was able to break free, that shoved him into the fence, and Hannigan now back to 6th place. Sheridan out front. Chris Roberts in 2nd. Brett Strickler trying to make his way around Roberts. Remember, every position gained in the heat race gives you 4 in the feature. So you say, oh, well, he's in the race. Why don't you go ahead and finish 3rd? Well, that's 4 guys you don't have to pass come the A main if he can make his way around Chris Roberts right there. Jim Chisholm in the 124, currently the man in the transfer spot, but Mason Hannigan is trying to make his way back to the front of this field. We're going to watch that. 2 laps left in this race. Now Sheridan takes the white. Chisholm has the transfer spot. Hannigan to the inside. Little bit of contact there. That's going to hurt Hannigan. Allow Hanley around. Sheridan's going to win. Roberts, Strickler, and Chisholm, your top 4. Hannigan was trying to make something happen, being aggressive. Had them early issues that put him farther back in the field, and did not work out for him there in heat race number 2. Jordan in the Twitch chat said, maybe the amount of rain we have had will help it not blow dust. I got to tell you, I'm right on the Ohio border here in Indiana, and we have seen nothing but rain for what seems like 4 damn months. It's unbelievable. Lots of flooding going around. Multiple tornadoes here in the area. It's been crazy. Heat race number 3 rolling now. On the pole in the 74, it is Adam Elby. Remember, Elby was one of those guys in the battle for the win there in race number 1, but ran into trouble late. Sean Wallenfels in the 42 to his outside. Nathan Davis, who finished 3rd in race number 1, going to start 3rd in heat race number 3 here. Kendall Tucker to the outside in the Swindell Speed Labs machine. Taylor Howell and Trey Osborne in row number 3. Stephen Hill and Derek Layton, row number 4. And rounding out your field in the 26, it is James Edens. Keep an eye on Edens here. We know how good he is. He will make his way forward before the night is through. Elby going to lead him down. We're going green this time. Wallenfels to the outside. Elby's going to slide up to the cushion there. Take that line away. Davis trying to work to the inside of his teammate. Wallenfels. Tucker being held off right now at the moment. Davis in 2nd. Tucker with a big slide job there. He's going to take 2nd away, but Davis going to fight back. These 3 battling it out. Ooh, near contact there. Those guys really racing hard. Wallenfels now to the inside. Sitting 3rd. Here comes Edens all the way from 9th, ladies and gentlemen. James Edens inserting himself into this race. He's got around Nathan Davis for the transfer, and now he sets his sights on Wallenfels, looking for a little insurance here. He's got the middle working really well. That car took a set and went forward, and Wallenfels could do nothing but watch move Edens into 3rd place. Now looking to find his way around Kendall Tucker. And behind them, Nathan Davis and Sean Wallenfels, the Black Diamond teammates, going to do battle for the final transfer spot here in heat race number 3. Davis holding the middle lane, and it's working at the moment. Eden's still trying to run down Kendall Tucker. Wallenfels now with the run on the outside. We'll see who gets off of turn 2. Looked like he was in the fluff there. No traction for that 42 car. But now he's going to try that middle that was working so well for Davis. 2 laps to go here. Wallenfels on the bottom. Davis on the high side. We're going to keep an eye on this. Out front, Adam Elby is walking away. Kendall Tucker in second. Third place, James Edens. That's the way they'll probably finish with no issues. But the battle is here for the transfer spot. Wallenfels on the bottom. Davis on the high side, and he will take 4th place and make his way into the A main. Elby, Tucker, Edens, and Davis, your top 4 moving on. Heat race number 4 lining up. Remember, the way these races work, top 4 are inverted from qualification, so your fastest qualifier in this race is Zarfos, who starts 4th. The winner of heat race number 4 will start 4th in the feature. Second place will start 8th. So very important to get that heat race win if you can, to find yourself in the top 2 rows, especially in heat race 1 and 2, which will put you on the front row. Now, heat race number 4, Dustin Griffiths and Zach Kaiser on the front row. James Tiernan, Jeremy Zarfos, row number 2. Dustin Sargent, Peyton Grease, row number 3. Jason Randolph, Bruce Wright, row number 4. And Ernie Williams Jr. actually not able to make the call for the heat race, so he is going to miss out here. We're going green this time. Dustin Griffiths, 10 laps to win this baby right here. You can see James Tiernan on the bottom looking for second. He's got it. Peyton Grease making his way forward through the middle of the field. He's going to, oh! Zarfos got squeezed there and made contact, and he went around in 3 and 4. We're going to see if we get a caution. He has parked it in the infield, or trying to get going, but he couldn't get it turned around quick enough. That's really, really bad for Zarfos, who is now a lap down in this race. James Tiernan going for the race lead right here through 3 and 4. Dustin Griffiths has it. Tiernan wants it. You can see them both utilizing the high side of this racetrack. Tiernan now thinking about the slide job. He's going to slide in front of Griffiths. Griffiths does the over-under, but contact with Tiernan turns Tiernan into the wall. He gets it gathered up. Zach Kaiser's going to make his way around, however. Tiernan gets the run back. So still in second place is James Tiernan. The race for the transfer spot starting to heat up, however. Peyton Grease has made his way forward. He is running 5th. And he's trying to make his way around the 246 of Dustin Sargent. Everybody else behind them, there's a huge gap there to 6th spot. So Grease is really the only one who presents a danger to 4th place Sargent right now. Tiernan now has caught Griffiths once again. We are racing for the lead here as the white flag flying. One more lap left in this race. 2 corners here for Dustin Griffiths. Here comes Tiernan to the bottom, trying to make a move. Not going to stick. Griffiths going to win. And Sargent here with Grease going to steal the 4th spot coming off of turn 4. Looked like Sargent got sideways there, and Peyton was able to squeeze by and took the final transfer spot coming off the final corner. Heartbreak there for Sargent, who's going to have to go to the B main. Next up for us, however, is the C main here. 12 cars going to do battle for 10 laps. Brian celebrating in the chat because Kaiser made it. Appreciate everybody staying up with us. It's not late yet, per se. 10 o'clock Eastern time. But I appreciate everybody hanging around with us. Dakota Kuhn, Stephen Hill, front row. Jason Randolph, Dylan Workman, row 2. Jordan Hack. And it will be Jeffrey Stewart, row number 3. Zarfos, Schaefer, Howell, and Cheever rounding out your field. Top 4 will advance to the B. And we're going green this time. Dakota Kuhn leads them down. Keep an eye on Workman here. He's on the high side, currently in 4th. Gets around Randolph going into turn 3. Randolph working the bottom. Zarfos there as well. We saw the problems he had in the heat race. Problems up front, though. Workman makes contact with Stephen Hill, who found the fence. And that cost Workman a couple of spots, and Hill now is back to the rear of the field. Big break for Zarfos, who found 4th spot, and now he's going to take 3rd spot away from Aaron Schaefer. Schaefer battling back to the outside. Schaefer started this race in 9th, I believe. Here comes Workman finding his way back forward. He's in 5th right now, battling it out with the 6th spot of Jordan Hack. Hack working the bottom, Workman on the outside. Schaefer right now in 4th. He's got the final transfer spot as this race winds down. But Schaefer wants to get around Zarfos to give himself some insurance because Workman is coming. Dylan Workman in the 75 had early contact that pushed him to the rear of the field and now is trying to battle his way back forward. We saw a little bit of a slip there off of turn number 2. As soon as I start talking good about him, I'm going to jinx him. Look like Howell and Hack making contact there in the middle of the pack. Here we go. 2 laps left in this race. The battle for the transfer spot is heating up. Schaefer has it. Workman wants it. Schaefer working the middle of the track. Workman on the high side. Dakota Kuhn is looking like he's going to win this race. But the final transfer battle coming down to the final corner. Workman throws it in there and is unable to make it stick. Top 4, Kuhn, Zarfos, Randolph, and in 4th place, the final transfer goes to Aaron Schaefer. Jetter is better. Thank you for the follow, my friend. Getting ready for the B main here. 12 laps. Top 4 advance. Like we said, tomorrow night we're going to have 2 races for you from DOB action. Be the Wicked Energy Gum Midgets and the 360 Wingless Sprints. Going to go live at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. That is Eastern time as well. So, starting lineup. Colton Hardy in the 152 and the 110 of Kevin Hanley on the front row. Sean Wallenfels and Dustin Sargent, row number 2. Justin Thomas, Macy and Hannigan, row number 3. Derek Layton and Bruce Wright III, row number 4. Jamie Wallace, Dakota Kuhn, Jeremy Zarfos, Jason Randolph, and Aaron Schaefer rounding out your field. We're going green this time. Colton Hardy's got control of this race. Here we go. Not a great start for Hardy, really. Leaves those guys with a chance. Wallenfels is the one trying to take it right now. You can see at the rear of the field they're starting to fan out there. Contact as well. Randolph there, still trying to straighten it out. We do have one car around. I think they have brought it to the pit lane. That was Bruce Wright, I do believe. And now we've got another car around, which is Dustin Sargent. Sorry, Dustin Sargent was the first guy. He exited to the pits. You can see the contact there those two made. Little blinking, he was trying to get out of the way. Still in this race, but a lap down is Bruce Wright. So we're going to go back green on lap 6. Top 4. Hardy, Wallenfels, Hanley, and Layton. Layton's passed 3 cars to find his way in a transfer spot right now. Tropical Storm Mason Hannigan is the man going to be looking for a move. Justin Thomas here putting the slider on Dakota Kuhn, who's making his way forward. Hannigan on the high side with the pass here down the front stretch on the 32. Derek Layton is moving back to 5th as Mason Hannigan makes his way forward. Justin Thomas now behind the 32 of Layton. I do believe 8 transfer through the B main here. So we want to keep an eye on what's going on here with Jeremy Zarfos in his battle. He is currently 8th. Aaron Schaefer is 9th. Race is winding down. 3 green flag laps left. Schaefer's got to find something here. Dakota Kuhn on the high side of the track, holding on to the 7th spot at the moment. 2 to go for Wallenfels, who's out front. Colton Hardy and Kevin Hanley behind him. Hannigan holding on to 4th. Problems for Justin Thomas. Caution is out, and that is going to end the race. Who is that there who had trouble? That allowed Aaron Schaefer in, however. I believe that was Derek Layton. Let's see if we can get an instant replay before we lose the lobby here. Contact with Dakota Kuhn sent him around and out of the transfer spot, which brought Aaron Schaefer into this race. Really bad break for Layton there. Wallenfels your race winner. Hardy, Hanley, and Mason Hannigan your top 4. So Schaefer, the last guy into the A main here. We're going for a 2-minute warm-up session here. Matthew McKinney with the early quick lap here. We'll ride with him for a bit. Listen to the throttle input that he's using here on the low side of the race course. Shark, Peyton Grease on the inside of him. Peyton likes that low side. See, he's working it pretty well right now. Nathan Davis now is the man that has gone to P1. Was that Zarfo stuck in the fence up there? Colton Hardy. P1 at the moment. 23 seconds left here before we go into our 40-lap feature. James Edens, also another quick one. Points leader James Tiernan, 5th quick at the moment. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one shakes out. McKinney did make it. 6th quick in warm-up right now. Checkered flag flies on the warm-up session. We're going to start lining them up here. "40 laps the distance. Caution flag laps do not count in DOB competition. I do believe we are in for a treat. First race was excellent. Did have some cautions, but plenty of action. A couple guys making some last-minute adjustments. You see pole sitter Blake Cannon firing in there. So let's talk about it. 24 cars on a quarter-mile racetrack. Blake Cannon, Swindell Speed Lab car on the pole with Michael Sheridan in the Wicked Cushion machine to his outside. Adam Elby and Dustin Griffiths make up row number 2. Matthew McKinney, winner of race number 1 here tonight, inside row 3 with Chris Roberts. Kendall Tucker and James Tiernan in row number 4. Cody Downard and Brett Strickler, row number 5. James Edens and Zach Kaiser, row 6. Anthony Lepresto and Jim Chisholm, row 7. Nathan Davis and Peyton Grease, Sean Wallenfels and Colton Hardy, Kevin Hanley and Mason Hannigan, Justin Thomas and Jeremy Zarfos, Dakota Kuhn and Aaron Schaefer rounding out your field. We're going green this time for 40 laps around the Limaland Motorsports Park. Hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get wild. Blake Cannon off of 4 will give them green. Here we go. Good start for Cannon. He gets his desired line at the high side of the racetrack. You can see 3 wide throughout here. Tiernan on the high side making his way forward as well. McKinney, Tucker in the low lane. Everybody kind of shaking it out here. Sheridan dropping back at the moment. He's on the outside of Chris Roberts. That's Tucker on the inside of that threesome right there. Ooh, we got problems in the rear of the field. Dakota Kuhn was in that mess. And I do believe gonna have to back it up here. Caution is out. So it was problems in front of him. Mason Hannigan making contact with Colton Hardy and finding himself upside down. I do believe Mason hit the escape button and is done for the evening. Let's look at our top 10 here. Big movers of the race. Kendall Tucker up 3. James Edens up 4. I'm not sure why some of those guys don't show up. It's a little strange. And it changes too because Edens wasn't showing his name in the first race. But that's what we're looking at. Cannon and Elby out front. 3rd place McKinney. 4th place Tucker. Chris Roberts rounding out your top 5. We're going green once more here. White flag lap moved back to lap 43. Here we go. Watching McKinney on the high side there. Tucker able to get hit around Roberts. Now sets his sights on McKinney. Here comes the slider from Tucker. Going to stay at the bottom of the track, though. Edens still making his way forward as the caution flag flies once again. That is Justin Thomas. Upside down there. See him at the bottom of the track, made contact with the infield tire. Wild ride if anybody wants to take it. Those infield tires are mean, and that is going to be it for Justin Thomas here tonight. White flag lap now, lap 46. Gonna go green next time by. See Edens still there in 7th. Cannon gonna lead him down. LB in 2nd. It's Swindell Speed Labs out front. McKinney, the only man breaking up that party right now. Sheridan trying to fire back on Roberts there for 5th. James Edens on the bottom of the racetrack finding that moisture. Now Tiernan working his way in this race. Elby now right on the back of Cannon here. He's being patient, trying to pick his spots. He knows he's got McKinney right there. So if he makes an aggressive maneuver, it could cost him spots. Griffiths behind them, starting to make some moves here, trying to get those positions back. He's on the outside of Roberts at the moment. Edens has made his way around him. Elby now looking for the race lead on Blake Cannon. Cannon has moved down to the bottom. Now Elby with the look. He's going to try that slider line. Cannon with the over-under. Can he make it stick? He does. Here comes McKinney with the slider. A lot of moisture still on the bottom there through 1 and 2. These guys are hanging down there when they're trying to make their moves. Cannon holding on to the race lead. McKinney now under fire from Kendall Tucker. James Edens moves to the top of the racetrack trying to catch these guys. Tucker now on the bottom. McKinney on the top. Race for the lead once again heating up. Elby right there waiting on any sort of mistake. These laps are clicking off. Coming up on lap traffic of Dakota Kuhn there, who they've been following for a couple laps. Dakota's turning some pretty good laps there at the rear of this field. But the leader's now starting to make waves on him. He will be an issue before it's all said and done. James Tiernan now to 6th. He's trying to run down Edens. Cannon still out front. Elby 2nd. McKinney 3rd. Tucker, Edens, Tiernan. Tiernan, of course, your championship leader here in the Race 2 series. He's trying to make as many points as he can. The leaders now around Dakota Kuhn, who moves to the bottom of the track. They're starting to catch up to the rear of the field. Sarfos and Hardy will be the first guys they run into there. Top 6, single file. Everybody on the high side. We'll see who branches off here soon. That top is going to start to go away, and these guys are going to have to find out where they can go to keep the speed that they need. That's your race leader, Blake Cannon. Adam Elby now starting to watch as Cannon makes time on him. Starting to pull away there at the front of the field. Swindell Speed Labs controlling this race. McKinney finding the wall in turn 1 there. Didn't hurt him too bad. James Eden starting to run down Kendall Tucker behind him. Tiernan is still right there. Try to look a little farther back in the field here. Peyton Grease, one of the lone guys working the bottom back there. He's fighting with Sean Wallenfels there for 10th spot. Lepresto, side by side. Schaefer and Griffiths. So the race leaders coming into traffic. Elby has caught back up here. Blake Cannon working his way around Cody Downard there. Zarfos, Davis, Hanley next in line for the leaders. This is where the race is going to be won or lost, right here. Lap 46 is the white flag lap, so there's still some time left in this race. Long green flag run here. These guys have to make sure that they stay extra focused. We're going to ride with the race leader as he works through traffic. You can see what he sees. Not a whole lot of racing room ahead of him, but he's got to get around these guys quick, and he's doing a pretty good job of it. Nathan Davis had a little bit of a slip there, went to the bottom of the track. That opened the door. You can see him just sticking in there around Zarfos. He doesn't have time to wait. He knows Elby is right behind him. Blake Cannon doing a fantastic job as a crash in front of the leaders. Oh, no. And Elby got caught up in it. That was Dustin Griffiths who was in that crash. See if I can find him. He started this race in 4th and had all kinds of issues. So let's watch here. Coming out of turn 4, he's going to find his way into 1 and 2. Oh, a little bit of contact there on the front stretch. That's Chris Holm in the 24. And Adam Elby, his unfortunate evening continues, man. That is just, running second right there with the race leader. Lap traffic, that's what we said. Won and lost right there. Top 10, Cannon, McKinney in second. James Edens up 8 spots from where he started, sitting in 3rd. 4th place, Kendall Tucker, Tiernan, Roberts, Sheridan, Strickler, Wallenfels, and Peyton Grease. A lot of guys moving forward. We're going green this time. Lap 49 is your white flag lap. So we've got 8 left. Here we go. This race is going to heat up. Getting down to the nitty-gritty, guys starting to make moves, trying different lines. You can see Tiernan on the bottom there. Here comes Edens. He's passed 8 cars already. Now he's looking for McKinney for second. Kendall Tucker now diving. Edens has control of second place. Tucker unable to make that pass stick on McKinney. Edens is actually a lane under the cushion right now, working really well for him. Watching Tiernan here make a move on Kendall Tucker. He's going to slide up in front of him. Tucker's going to go the over-under. But we don't want... Oh, problems for McKinney. He found the wall in 1 and 2. He's riding it, able to get off of it, but he bounces back across the track. And a separate incident there on the backstretch happened. It looked like Sheridan was involved in that. Everybody kept it straight, though. I hate the Limaland cameras, and this allows us to see all the action while keeping the front 2 in perspective. 3 laps left in this race. This time, Edens trying to make his move on the race leader, Blake Cannon. Cannon has led this whole thing. Edens has made 9 spots from where he started, and he wants 1 more. He is unwilling to give up yet. 2 to go. Right here, James Edens looking for a move on Blake Cannon. Cannon doing everything in his power to keep that 26 behind him, looking really good right now. He's not made a mistake, but he's got to do it for 2 more corners. Here comes Blake Cannon. Final lap, looking at the checkered flag. Blake Cannon is going to win. James Edens comes home second. 3rd place goes to Kendall Tucker. 4th place to series points leader James Tiernan. And rounding out your top 5, is the 38 of Brett Strickler. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Race number 2 in the books. A lot more green flag action in that one. Still came down to the wire. Would have liked to see Adam Elby have a shot at that too. He got caught up in that lap traffic crash. Unfortunate. But that is Limaland for you. Gonna get these guys in the Discord, see if we can get some interviews here. The DOB never disappoints, and they didn't tonight. Gonna pull old Blake Cannon here into the broadcast booth. Let's see if he's got his mic going, Blake. That was total domination out there, my friend. That Swindell Speed Labs car was hooked up. I'm sure it wasn't easy, but you almost made it look that way, my friend. How'd it feel?
Yeah, it was really good. Unfortunately, I really wasn't the best car. I really feel like LB had a really good piece. He put a lot of pressure on me early, and it was going to be a really good race if he didn't get caught up with lap traffic, though.
Yeah, but that when you get long green flag laps like that, especially at a place like Limaland, that lap traffic really comes into play, and you were able to make your way through quite quickly with not a whole lot of trouble. So that definitely played a huge part in that race. But once you saw Edens there behind you, were you a little bit worried? That final restart, we know I think he made up 9 spots from where he started. And we know how tough he is, but you were able to keep your cool head there. Tell me what you were thinking there towards the end.
Edens, he's been a big help to me on the wing side of stuff. Anytime you see him behind you with late race restart, especially with the top going away, I was definitely worried, but I had a really good setup in. I don't know what it is about this place. I usually don't run good here in anything but sprint cars. And just fortunately, the last couple DOB races here, I've ran pretty good in. So I just can't thank everybody at Swindell Speed Lab enough. They've helped me out tremendously on this side of things. And, we had a 1 through 5 run going and just, didn't come together, but a 1 through 3 will work.
Pretty strong showing there for Swindell Speed Labs. And are we going to expect more of this going forward? We've seen lots of good runs. And like you said, a little bit of unfortunate stuff for LB, even in race 1. But is this what we can expect here from Swindell Speed Labs going forward?
I sure hope so. Well, you've got a really good team put together, and everything's just flowing just right over there. So we all got really good chemistry. We get along, and we're all very talented. So, like I said, I didn't feel like I feel like any of my teammates could have won tonight, but nonetheless, we got a really good team on Swindell Speed Lab, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. So hopefully we can keep up the domination.
Well, he felt like he wasn't the fastest driver, but he's the one that landed in victory lane. So all the plaudits go to Blake Cannon tonight. Congratulations, my friend. And it was a lot of fun watching you take it out there.
Thank you. Like I said, I just got to thank everybody at Swindell. They do a hell of a job. I just got to thank Chris and everybody at DOB. This is a great league to be a part of, and I enjoy running every night.
Well, it's a pleasure getting to watch you. Let's pull your teammate in here as well, and we've got another driver waiting. I hope that's James Edens. But let's talk to Kendall Tucker. We had a Swindell Speed Labs party up there at the front of the field, Kendall, and you ended up 3rd there at the end of the night. It looked like tough racing. You had to battle back there once or twice.
Yeah, I mean, we had a little better starting spot for the A instead of the way we did for the first feature, but yeah, we just kind of fight and clawed our way up through there on the bottom the first probably 10 laps, and then once that went away, just got in line up top and just had to avoid some mishaps and stuff, and just salvage for 3rd place.
How complicated is that to miss those problems that you see drivers have throughout the field? As you can see that, we know that the track wears out throughout the night, and all of a sudden somebody else's problems can become yours, like we saw happen to Adam Elby. So just talk to us about your mindset as you're trying to run through the field or lap traffic, that sort of thing on a track like this.
Yeah, I mean, that race I didn't really get into the lap traffic part like Blake and Elby and them was in, but really I'm just trying to, when the tracks look like that, just to focus on hitting my line for the most part. I don't turn enough laps in the open wheel stuff to be as good as I need to be, but I just try to just hold on for what I can. These things are a blast to drive, but they can be a handful sometimes.
It definitely makes it challenging on a quarter-mile track like this, especially when you're racing with those guys up front. So we're sitting here with Daryl Gilroy in the broadcast booth. Is that James Edens we're talking to?
Yes, sir.
Now, James Edens, who made his way from way back, I think 9 spots of improvement there. James, we saw you come forward in the first race. This one, you got a little bit closer there to the top spot, but just fell just short. Talk to us about your race.
Yeah, it was good. I committed myself to running the bottom middle. The fence scares me a little bit. I normally end up, putting myself out of the race if I try to run 40 laps up there. So, just tighten it up and kind of roll through the middle and stay out of everything.
And you were one of the only drivers we saw on the very low portion of the bottom lane there early on, and it seemed like you made a lot of waves right there. But that car clearly worked pretty well throughout the racetrack, wherever you wanted to put it there.
Yeah, I could, the bottom was very good early. It was wide enough that you could get the whole car down there and get a lot of drive off. And, as that faded, you just kind of had to start moving up and carrying more momentum to the middle. I could put it on the top. I did it a couple times, but, I just think I was more comfortable and more consistent to the middle.
You're pretty happy with a second place finish here in this race. I don't think you got a qualifying lap in either one of these things, did you? Were you just trying to give these guys a fair shot at this race, or what was that all about?
No, I wouldn't say that. I just, it's, yeah, I just missed qualifying there in both races, and it hurt me in the first race. I got a little damage coming through the field, and I think that hurt us a little bit from getting up and on a podium spot. But I think we were still fourth. So yeah, this race, I ran a little better in the heat race. I got to start up a little farther, so definitely makes it a little easier.
Well, it's a good finish to end the night here. We're early on in the season, but we wish all of you the best of luck. Your top 3 tonight: Blake Cannon, James Edens, and Kendall Tucker here at Limaland and DOB 360 Sprint Car Competition. Race number 2 in the books here. Congratulations, guys, and we wish you luck going forward throughout the season.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.